In for a shooter with unique time warping elements? Look no further. Some backstory. The game is created by a developer called SuperHot Team. The idea of a shooter with time-based mechanics first came to SuperHot's team director Piotr Iwanicki when he played the Flash game Time for Cat. The development team also gained inspiration from the song Bad Motherfuckers for the gunplay and parkour mechanics. In May 2014, the team launched a Kickstarter campaign and met its funding goal within the first live day. Story. SuperHot's story is simple in its approach with a few interesting twists. The game hardly has a story to begin with, but often there's bits and pieces interjected throughout the gameplay that are short but captivating to go through. There was even an instance where I was forced to exit the game to be able to continue playing. Graphics. The graphics of SuperHot are simple and stylistic in design, emulating a virtual reality environment instead of most first-person shooters available. The basic look of the game adds to its charm and atmosphere, giving the player the idea that he's in a surreal and other dimension, which in turn adds to the overall feel of the game and the general weirdness of it all. Gameplay. The gameplay is very unique and innovative to play by way of the time mechanic, which slows down time to a crawl when standing still and only returns to normal speed when you move around. It strikes a fine balance between the familiar and the new, with the gunplay being spot on and the time mechanic giving the whole game a unique twist. And the game hands out tools to approach each situation in different ways, with the ability to throw weapons and items and even take over the body of an enemy a bit later in the story. While playing, the game often adds in more enemy spawns just when you think you've finished the level, keeping you at the edge of your seat at all times. In some levels, you simply have to do some out-of-the-box thinking, and it's this whole mechanic that made the game surprisingly addicting to play. It really has the same one more turn vibe that games like Civilization or even Hotline Miami have. Besides, it's an absolute blast to shoot enemies to digital pulp. And because the game has hardly any loading times at all, it's very easy for the player to just keep retrying over and over until finally the level is done and you can watch a replay in normal speed or continue over to the next level. Closing words. I jumped into this game without any prior knowledge of it, even ignored all news surrounding the game, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's games like this that grab the player from the beginning and hardly let go, while at the same time provide the genre with some much needed fresh air. Overall score. The good, fun, slow time ability. Having the ability to slow time never loses its appeal. Good controls. Gameplay is just as you'd expect from a well-polished shooter. Tactical based. The game rewards a more inventive and creative approach to fights rather than running like a pixelated Rambo shooting pixelated bad guys like no tomorrow. Addicting. Somehow the game manages to keep you glued to the screen. Plenty of challenges. Once you beat the storyline, you gain access to many challenges like time attacks and endless waves. The bad. Short length. Story can be completed in 1 to 2 hours. Lacking story. SuperHot is heavy on gameplay and light on story. No real soundtrack. The game unfortunately lacks any notable soundtrack and instead has mostly ambient music. The price. The game is a bit too pricey for the short story it offers and the lacking soundtrack. Is it worth it? Well, this is a tough one. I'd say yeah, if you're looking for a fun shooter with interesting mechanics and lots of challenges to defeat after the storyline, but I couldn't really recommend it at this moment to people that are mainly looking to play for just the story unless the price drops. Interested in more content by me? Be sure to check out my playlists linked in the description or even subscribe to help this channel grow. Thanks for watching and I wish you a fantastic day.